Modern horror. Hi, you're in a cave. Well, it's just a hole the size of a microwave called Nutty Putty. Bad luck is on your side, and you're stuck. Your legs don't move, your blood's going the wrong way, your lungs are unhappy, and your heart is beating out of your chest. You're John Edward Jones, and you're gonna die here. Upside down, head first. Now it's been 27 hours. Rescuers have tried, ropes snapped, drills have been stalled because the tunnel was too tight, and you never came out. They have now sealed the cave to prevent others from becoming you. But you're still there, dead and slowly rotting away in the void that is a cave. But this isn't new. This didn't start with you. This isn't the first cave that claimed someone, and it won't be the last. Even after thousands of years of cave deaths, we still haven't learned. We've been exploring caves since before we had shoes and names, and have been dying in them ever since. Why? Because they're deep, they're dark, and we can't help ourselves. But this isn't just a modern tragedy. Our deadly relationship with caves stretches back to the dawn of humanity. Let's go back. Way, way back. Survival and shelter era. Hi, it's the Paleolithic Age, where you pretend everything is okay. You don't have a house, but you have a cave. In this economy? Caves are warm and dry. They protect you from wind, rain, and saber-tooth things. But you're not always alone. Some caves had bears that snored louder than thunder, and hyenas the size of ponies. Some of you starved in the cave, or got sick, or got lost in the dark and never found the exit. But the cave still mattered to you. It's where you left your mark. In Spain, France, and Indonesia, you left your mark with red handprints like ancient warnings, bison hunts frozen in time, strange symbols whispering forgotten tales like a man with a bird head and a half lion, half human thing. Then someone died, but you didn't just leave them outside. Instead, they were buried in the cave. The earliest known human burial sites are caves. In the Shanidar cave in Iraq, Neanderthals are buried with flowers and tools. In France's La Chapelle-aux-Saints, skulls were placed in a special pit. This wasn't just survival. This was ritual, the start of something sacred. As societies evolved, caves transformed from mere shelters to altars and tombs. Myths and monsters era. But let's rewind. Hi. So, you're still in a cave. You live here, breathe here, survive here. You're happy, thriving. But sometimes it's not for shelter or safety. It's for something older, deeper, stranger. Like death. People feared caves, then worshipped in caves, then buried others in caves, and sometimes they didn't come back from the caves. Ancient Greeks called it the underworld, with rivers, ghosts, and a cave you had to cross to get there. The Mayans had Xibalba, a realm of death beneath the earth. Entrances to it? You got it. Caves! Especially sinkholes and caverns in Guatemala and Belize. In Hindu cosmology, there's Patala, a netherworld filled with serpents, kings, and strange beings, stacked beneath the human realm, layer by layer. Like a divine underground parking garage. European legends filled caves with dragons. Norwegian trolls lived in dark mountain hollows. Slavic lore stuck vampires in cave graves. If it was dark and deep, something bad probably lived there. To enter a cave meant tempting fate, and to die in one meant you were cursed, holy, or both, we're not really sure. Ritual, religion, and sacrifice era. So now caves aren't just where you live, they're where you die, on purpose. Monks, mystics, and hermits locked themselves in darkness. Some stayed for days, some stayed for life. A few never came out. In India, wandering ascetics meditated in Himalayan caves, seeking moksha. In China, Buddhist monks carved entire cave temples. Some were buried nearby. Some vanished inside. In the Middle East, early Christian hermits lived and died in desert caves, believing that silence and solitude brought them closer to God. So some people choose to die in caves, and others choose enlightenment. But some choose sacrifice. Deep inside Maya caves in Belize and Mexico, archaeologists found skeletons, adults, children. Their bones show cuts, their skulls show blunt trauma. Some of them were offerings to gods beneath the earth. The deeper the cave, the closer to the divine. And sometimes the divine wanted blood. Discovery and obsession era. Caves weren't just for hiding anymore. They were for finding cool stuff like shiny rocks. Welcome to the 1800s, when fossil hunters crawled into caverns looking for bones older than God. They found mammoths, rhinos, giant cave bears, and sometimes us. Our extinct cousins were dug up with shovels and torches. For fun! Then came the tourists. Show caves opened up in the US and Europe. They put up stairs, lamps, gift shops, and hey, no touching the stalactites, please! Signs. People came to stare and walk through the dark without actually being in it. But some people wanted more. One of those people was Floyd Collins. He explored caves in Kentucky, looking for a new entrance to the Mammoth Cave system, the longest in the world. In 1925, he got trapped in Sand Cave. A rock pinned his leg. Rescuers tried to dig him out, but couldn't. They brought him food, reporters, and microphones. The nation listened live on the radio. But 13 days later, He died.
The rescue failed.
They left his body in the cave, then moved it. Then somehow it became a tourist attraction. Then they put him in a glass coffin for all to see. Exploration turned into obsession with glory, with records, with beating the cave. And eventually, exploring wasn't enough because we had to
Conquer the dark.
But I'm scared of the dark. Caves in the warfare era. Centuries later, caves stopped being sacred and became strategic because caves
Don't pick sides.
But in war, they get involved anyway. In World War II, caves became hideouts, storage units, and traps. In France, the resistance used cave tunnels to hide from
Nazis
and move through enemy lines and store weapons. In Okinawa, civilians fled into caves to
escape the bombing.
And the US military responded with
Grenades, flamethrowers, and sealing cave entrances.
Thousands died inside. Some from bombs, some from smoke, and some from suicide. Fast forward to the
Vietnam War.
Now the caves fight back. The Viet Cong built underground tunnel networks, some stretching over
150 miles.
They lived, fought, and set traps there. Spike pits, tripwires, booby trap tunnels that collapsed when you breathe wrong. US soldiers called them rat holes and sent in terrorists. These were small guys with flashlights and pistols. Some never came out. So the US used gas, grenades, and
Flamethrowers again.
even bulldozers were used to collapse entire cave systems. Some caves were natural, some were carved. All of them became war zones, dark, burning tombs. After the wars, a new kind of battle began. And not for survival, but for
Discovery.
spelunking and adventure deaths. Now caves are fun. It's the 60s. You got a helmet, a rope, a group of friends, probably high, who think crawling through cold, wet holes in the dark sounds like a good time. It's called
Spelunking.
or caving if you don't want to sound like a dork. The gear gets better. The maps get clearer. The caves? Still deadly.
Some people fall.
Like in Ellison's Cave, Georgia, USA, home of the
Fantastic Pit.
A straight vertical drop over 500 feet deep. In 1999, 2 college students tried to descend. They miscommunicated.
Both fell, both died.
Some drown in tight passages filled with rainwater, or snowmelt, or a rising sump blocks the exit. You can't breathe, you panic, you die. By the 1980s, hundreds of cavers were dying worldwide every year. And still,
People kept going deeper.
But then came technology, and people stopped fearing the dark. Tech kills confidence. Now you've got gadgets. GPS to tell you where you are, LED lights that last for days, radios for contact, GoPro to prove you did it.
What could possibly go wrong?
A lot. Technology made caves look easy, and easy is dangerous. People started going deeper, longer, and riskier. Tight squeezes, unmapped shifts, solo dives. I got gear, I got backup, I got a signal.
The cave doesn't care.
You drop your light, your GPS loses signal underground, your radio crackles and then dies. You're in the same place where people died
10,000 years ago.
just with batteries and cooler clothes. The tools give you confidence, but not a way out. You can plan the route, bring the charts, and read the geology. But caves don't care about your resume. They twist, they flood, they collapse, and sometimes create
Creepypastas.
Return of Myth. It started slow. Early 2000s. A blog called
Ted the Caver.
He writes about exploring a narrow cave with a friend and hearing strange noises. He then finds
Odd symbols.
and suddenly the posts stop. People thought it was real, or wanted it to be. It became one of the first viral.
Creepypastas.
Now the internet's full of it. Reddit threads, paranormal subreddits, YouTube deep dives, aliens, government secrets, military experiments, and Bigfoot. Yes,
Bigfoot.
the US has dozens of sightings, especially near deep caves. The theory? He hides underground. Some believe there's an
Entire subterranean world.
We just haven't gone deep enough. Yet. People once feared the underworld. Now they go looking for it. With a flashlight and a camera, the monsters never left.
They just got Wi-Fi.
Nutty Putty Cave. It's Utah, 2009. Edward Jones, a 26-year-old medical student and father, is at Nutty Putty Cave. He crawls in for a
Family adventure.
but he takes a wrong turn through a tunnel that looks like a shortcut.
Spoiler alert.
It's not. It's 10 inches wide with barely enough room for his chest. He goes in head first and gets stuck. Upside down at a
70-degree angle.
The body's screaming. Blood's pooling. Lungs are compressed.
Rescuers arrive.
They work for hours. They build a pulley system to get him out. But then the rope
Snaps.
The cave
Shifts.
It gets
Worse.
He's trapped for 28 hours, loses consciousness, and dies. And they can't get him out. It's too dangerous, too unstable. So they seal the cave with his body inside. He's still there. News spreads fast. The story goes viral. Photos, videos.
What went wrong?
Nutty Putty becomes a cautionary tale. The cave becomes a tomb. And John becomes a name every caver knows. But Nutty Putty wasn't the only cave that
Kept on killing.
because sometimes it wasn't thrill-seeking or fame. It was sacrifice. Thai cave rescue and heroism. Now it's June 2018 in
Northern Thailand,
12 boys and their soccer coach go exploring in the
Tham Long Cave.
Then the rain starts and water rises. The way out disappears, and suddenly,
They're trapped.
2.5 miles in. No food, no light, no way to reach them. Search teams arrive, then divers, then the Navy SEALs, then an international rescue operation. Thailand, Britain, Australia, then the US, and thousands of people. Divers push through tight tunnels full of muddy water with
Zero visibility and low oxygen.
After 9 days, they found them, alive. But getting them out? Another story. They
Sedated the boys
and carried them out.
one by one.
A rescue like nothing done before. But not everyone makes it.
Saman Kunan.
A former Thai Navy SEAL runs out of air during a supply dive and dies in the cave. 2 years later, another rescuer
Beirut Pakbara.
dies from infection. Even the heroes don't always come back, but they went in anyway. Caves that keep killing. Welcome to the
Era of the internet.
You got a phone?
Yeah.
You got a cave?
You know it.
You got followers?
Yeah, I'm working on it. But
Let's go viral exploring
haunted tunnels.
screaming for the camera, lighting flares in abandoned mines, and
Call it content.
in 2020, a TikToker went missing in an old tunnel system near
Los Angeles.
He posted a video saying he was hearing voices from the tunnels, so he went back the next day, but never came out. Searches failed. The tunnel was
Unstable.
too many branches.
Too much risk.
Some viewers thought it was real, some were sure it was fake. But either way,
He was gone.
meanwhile, others climb into storm drains, dive into flooded shafts, and go looking for ghosts. And the views keep coming. But here's the thing,
The algorithm doesn't do rescues.
which is really too bad because many of these caves already had reputations for being deadly. Why we still do it. So, why do we keep going back underground?
Why?
Why go in at all? Why crawl through the damp, suffocating throat of the earth with only a...
Helmet and hope.
Well, for some, it's the thrill, the danger, the adrenaline, that rush you get when you're one bad step away from a headline. And for others, it's to reclaim control.
The cave doesn't lie.
Unlike you, Frank, you son of a... No traffic, no screens, no boss, just rock and silence.
And maybe just a little bit of death.
Indeed, some do go to question their mortality. You're face to face with it down there. Your breath, your fear, your body reminds you.
You're still alive.
And some say it's a spiritual test, pilgrimage, a way to go
Inward by going downward.
Cavers talk about flow state, clarity, calm, even after near death. Many who survive still go back.
Again and again.
The most dedicated of them all, returning to the same cave that almost killed them. The cave is honest. The cave shows you who you are. You either make it out, or you don't. Don't go into caves. Thanks. Bye now.